A hidden danger at the North Pole. The freezing winds of the North Pole broke the silence of the night. Snowflakes slowly descended upon the happiest place on Earth. Santa's workshop was filled with shimmering lights and constantly working toy machines during the holiday season. Every corner of the workshop was buzzing with the Christmas spirit. The large Christmas trees were adorned with golden and silver decorations. Each branch sparkled with tiny colorful lights. As snowflakes piled up on the roofs, turning the outside into a winter fairy tale, the warmth and joy inside merged together. Under the swirling snowflakes, the elves hummed Christmas carols as they meticulously assembled various toys. Then they placed them on long assembly tapes to wrap them in shiny paper. The reindeer, just outside the workshop, were preparing for the most important night of the year. However, this joyful and industrious environment was facing a great danger, as everyone knew. Grinch, sitting in front of his computer screen, watched this happy scene jealously and prepared to execute his dark plans to sabotage Christmas. As his fingers danced across the keyboard, it was time to bypass Santa's security systems. This time, his target was to breach Santa's security and take control of the workshop. He knew that if the workshop stopped, Christmas would stop too. The Grinch first tried to breach the outer security walls of the workshop. Was a security flaw found in Microsoft Office applications, and Grinch used it to bypass the security defenses. With a few lines of code and some clicks, the security barrier was bypassed, and Grinch infiltrated the digital corridors of the workshop. Grinch's first target was one of the most important areas of the workshop, the gift wrapping systems. Grinch infiltrated the software of these machines. This flaw allowed unauthorized access to industrial control systems, and Grinch manipulated the machine's algorithms, causing them to malfunction. As the machines operated with incorrect commands, they began producing strange results. Normally flawless packaging machines suddenly started making boxes in the wrong sizes and shapes. Some gifts were packaged incorrectly or incompletely, while others were wrapped in completely empty boxes. When the elves noticed this, they were shocked and quickly began to fix the problem. Watching the chaos he caused on the monitor, Grinch smiled with satisfaction. His plan was working. He was progressing on his path to stop Christmas. The workshop's joy had been overshadowed by Grinch's sneaky interference. The gift-wrapping machines and toy production lines were going haywire due to his malicious software manipulations. While the elves were trying to understand these unexpected issues, the workshop quickly descended into chaos. In the toy-making section, assembly robots had been incorrectly programmed. The wheels of the small cars were being attached to the tops instead of the bodies. The teddy bears' eyes were sewn in the wrong places. Some had their arms left off. These toys, meant to be children's favorites, had turned into strange and useless objects in Grinch's hands. The packaging machines shared a similar fate. Normally, these systems worked with perfect precision, but now they were completely broken. Gifts were being stuffed into boxes of incorrect sizes. Some boxes were left empty or were accidentally wrapped twice. Colored ribbons were tangling together. Gift tags were being stuck to the wrong toys. This caused a huge backlog and chaos in the workshop. The elves, after recovering from their initial shock, immediately began searching for a solution. Some were working with tools to fix the broken machines, while others started wrapping gifts manually. The cheerful Christmas carols had been replaced with intense discussions to resolve the issues. Despite these difficult times, each elf kept their hope and work ethic, trying to keep the Christmas spirit alive. Santa, watching all the chaos from the large window on the upper floor of the workshop, realized the seriousness of the situation. With a deep sigh, he adjusted his hat and decided to contact CyberHat.Online. This was the biggest crisis they had ever faced, and without resolving it, Christmas Eve would be at risk. Santa's emergency call was immediately acknowledged by CyberHat.Online, and the team sprang into action. The team headed to the North Pole and set up in the workshop's tech room. Aurora began scanning the workshop's network, tracking the malicious traffic, while Crow analyzed the system blocks. Starhat reviewed the physical security checks, and the entire team came together to assess the situation. Aurora, while analyzing abnormal data flows in the workshop's network, found traces of the malicious software used by Grinch. This software had infiltrated the workshop's control systems and had altered the machines, causing them to malfunction. Aurora deciphered the software's code and identified the vulnerabilities that had been exploited. She shared this information with Crow. With the data provided by Aurora, Crow tried to understand how the malicious software had been inserted into the workshop's systems. Together, they created a specialized cleanup tool to remove the malicious software. During this process, CyberHat designed new protocols to close the workshop's physical security gaps and ensured these protocols were implemented immediately. The CyberHat.Online team also collaborated closely with the elves. Although the elves didn't understand the technical details, they knew how the machines were supposed to work and what responses were expected under normal conditions. This knowledge helped the CyberHat.Online team to fix the machines more quickly and efficiently. With CyberHat.Online's successful intervention, the workshop nearly returned to its old order. However, Grinch was not ready to accept defeat. In the cold night of the North Pole, alone and angry, he began preparing a new attack plan. This time, he initiated a massive DDoS, distributed denial of service attack on the workshop's main server. Grinch used a botnet network controlling zombie computers from around the world to send millions of fake requests to the workshop server. His goal was to overload the server's resources, block normal traffic, and crash the systems. The workshop's internet slowed, and the systems became unresponsive again. Aurora and Crow immediately noticed the first signs of the attack. Aurora activated advanced DDoS protection filters at the workshop's gateways. These filters were designed to distinguish between fake traffic and legitimate traffic, blocking malicious data packets. Crow analyzed the traffic in more detail, trying to locate the source of the attack. CyberHat took additional measures to strengthen network security. These measures included increasing server capacity and bringing backup servers online. She also made strategic changes to the workshop's infrastructure to make it more resistant to the attack. As the North Pole's night sky was illuminated with stars, Santa's workshop was once again filled with joy. Thanks to CyberHat.Online's successful intervention, Christmas was saved and the workshop regained its former vitality. The elves sang again as they worked. The gift-wrapping machines ran in a regular rhythm. In gratitude, the elves had prepared small handmade gifts for the CyberHat.Online team. Each one was carefully wrapped, symbolizing a Christmas filled with both technology and magic. Aurora, Crow, and CyberHat were both surprised and moved by this gesture. For them, this Christmas was not just a success, but also a time of deep meaning, where bonds were formed and connections were made. After the emotional moments, Santa, with his daughter, rejoined the reindeer and gifts and set out on their journey.